So at last we get to ride the Ducati Multistrada 1200 Enduro. We've all been wanting Ducati to make a motorcycle like this. Something that you can easily take off-road, knock it around a bit and not have to worry. This bike is ready for action. It's ready for you to just jump on, take her off-road and enjoy it. Not have to worry about anything happening to the bike or bits falling off, anything breaking. It's strong, it's robust and it does work. I cannot believe the capability of the motorcycle. The engine works really well. Ducati Twin gives the bike a chance to recover. Even though it has 100 horsepower in enduro mode, you can really utilize all of that power. You can actually increase the power in enduro mode. I tried it with 160 horsepower today on the dirt and it was a lot of fun. Riding modes, you've got urban, enduro, sport mode and touring. All of those modes are just a flick of a switch. Go through the modes while you ride, you can select the mode while you ride and a quick close of the throttle and a press of a button and it does it for you straight away. Most of the adventure bikes that I ride, they don't have that capability because the bike is a different machine when you're riding it on the road to when you're riding it off-road. So trying to get that balance of one motorcycle is sometimes quite difficult. No complaints here. As a default, it comes with its own preset modes. Literally, the suspension just gets stiffer and stiffer as you get more sporty. You've also got variables within that. You can go into the menu and fine-tune it yourself, or you can just hit the button that says, I'm one rider with panniers, I'm two riders with panniers. Really easy, on the fly, to be able to change this bike from one thing to another. Very, very, very clever. The electronic package that comes on this bike is very much like the Multistrada S model. Those actually have like a few extra little trick things like heated hand grips, the headlight that actually when you steer and go around a corner, the headlight points further around the corner. The S model is an intelligent motorcycle and all of those little trick things are here on the Enduro model. So there's some pretty tricky little parts on this bike. I really like the foot pegs. Very grippy foot peg for the off-road. Then when you go onto the street, you just have a rubber, stick it on top of the peg, and you've got a very comfortable foot peg for the street. Just by a little twist, you can adjust the rear brake height as well. And also the gear lever has a nice little spring on the end as well, so if you do drop your bike, you're very unlikely to break the lever. Super strong wheels here, front and rear, 19 on the front, much larger front wheel than what's on any of the other multis, and it really comes into its own on the dirt. The 19-inch really allows the bike to just absorb all of those bumps easier, and it just gives you more feel. They've got away with that gorgeous single-sided swinging arm on the rear, but what they've done is you've got a double swinging arm, it's longer and stronger. You've also got a slightly narrower rim on the back. It's still a 17, but it's slightly more narrow, and that's because you're going to be fitting these awesome tyres from Pirelli. Look at these things, super sticky, good on the road and off-road, good feel, loads of control, and allows you to just go from one thing to another with this motorcycle, on the road, straight to the trails and back again, effortless. We've also got a rear disc that's bigger, 265mm rear disc. You're going to need that off-road, because off-road you use a lot of rear brake and not much front. Talking about front brakes as well, the calipers are not the same that's on the S model or the Pikes Peak. This is the same that's on the standard model. Quite a sharp bite, good feel from the Brembo caliper, but you don't need that extra bite off-road. The seat has really been slimmed down, nothing gets in the way, and this is really important because when you're riding off-road, you stand up and you've got to move around on the bike. So Ducati have made the seat even thinner, the bars have been raised, so when you're in that upright off-road riding position, it's super comfortable and the bike does feel quite small, even though it's a 1200cc monster. Suspension, we've got bigger suspension front and rear. It now has 200mm of travel. Can you believe that on a Multistrada? Today we've been putting it through the paces off-road and I never got to a point where the suspension bottomed out or I hit anything. So with this longer suspension, you've actually now got a taller motorcycle. For the short people, don't worry, Ducati do make a smaller seat as well. I tested on both bikes today, and that really makes a big difference. You lose total confidence if you're on a big bike and you can't touch the floor. So Ducati have made 2 seat heights. You can find the seat that's right for you. The exhaust has been slightly redesigned. It's actually just higher, so its weight depth is better. So you can go through those deep puddles and those river crossings just like you want to and have no problems at all. Adjustable screen, just one hand needed, and you can adjust the screen up and down. Do that on the fly, super simple, don't need to come to a stop. Love the gas tank, 30 litres you can put into this thing now, nearly 8 gallons. So really be able to put some serious miles on one tank full, which is superb. Grab rails at the back have been redesigned, and they've been redesigned because of these beautiful panniers that have been made by Touratech. Now Touratech makes some of the best panniers in the world. So with these Touratech panniers, you've got 2 at the side and you can also have a top box as well. That's 123 litres of space. Can you believe that? And also a handlebar bag here as well, so you can keep kind of like your essentials or your personal items really close to you. So we've got 3 different colourways. We've got this all silver, one with the graphite kind of grey here, and they also do one with red. So price point, well, a lot of this bike is based on the Ducati Multistrada S model, and it actually comes in at around about $1,000 more than the S model, and a lot of that expense is in the other parts of the bike, wheels, exhaust system, etc., skid plates. So very, very reasonable. So overall, pluses, you can take her off-road. Pluses, it's strong. Pluses, smile on my face should say, oh, I love going trail riding. I'll take any bike trail riding, but now I've got a really good excuse to go trail riding and stay on the trails all day. I love the bike, I love the concept. This is the bike we've been waiting for Ducati to build. This is it, the Multistrada 1200 Enduro, and he gets the MotoGeo thumbs up.